Shalom, and welcome to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul, your Biblical Hebrew podcast. Shalom and welcome to our Biblical Hebrew podcast. Today I would like to read with you one verse from Genesis 21:33. In general, the verse speaks about the fact that Abraham planted a tree in a place named Be'er Sheva. Be'er Sheva, in English, Sheba. What is the meaning of planting a tree? Let's read the Hebrew verse and then translate it into English and see what is the inner perspective of reading this verse. Genesis 21:33. Vayta eshel biv'er shava. And he planted a tamarisk tree. This is how the English translates the word eshel, as a botanical tree. But this is the first reading, so we have to be cautious. So let's return to the Hebrew. Vayta eshel, and he planted eshel. Let's stick with the Hebrew. Eshel biv'er shava, in the seventh well. Vaikra sham, and he called there B'Shem Hashem, in the name of the Lord, El Olam, God of the universe. This is the first reading of the verse. But let's read it again. Vayta eshel biv'er shava, and he planted eshel in the seventh well. Be'er Sheva, the name Be'er Sheva, is a city in the land of Israel, in the south part of Israel. This is a geographical place. But the inner reading, the abstract reading of the verse implies on the seventh well. And the seventh well in us is the seventh sphere, the heavenly kingdom. The seventh sphere, the heavenly kingdom, Malchut. So there in the seventh well, he planted eshel. Eshel is not just a tamarisk tree, botanical tree. Eshel is written in Hebrew with 3 letters. Aleph, Shin, Lamed. Each one of the letter implies of another word. Aleph stands for ochel. Ochel is food. Shin stands for shtia, meaning drinking, and Lamed stands for levaya, meaning escorting. Now the question is, what does it mean that Abraham planted eshel in Be'er Sheva, in the seventh well, or in the seventh sphere, which is heavenly kingdom? It means that he established there 3 lines. One for the letter Aleph. This is the right line of the tree of life. Ochel, food. Ochel implies on the right side of the tree of life, because the tree of life consists of 3 lines. Ochel implies on the right side. Shin, shtia, drinking, implies on the left line of the tree of life. And Lamed implies on the middle line of the tree of life. meaning escorting. Now, many laws are mentioning the fact that the eshel that Abraham planted is a code name for an inn, hostel, or motel in English, meaning he opened there a tent, and this tent was open to anybody who just passed there. And in this tent, he offered people food, aleph, ochel. He offered them shin, shtia, drinking. And after they ate and drank, he also offered them escorting. Meaning if a person turns from the main road to your tent, which is in the side road, there is a great deed in the fact that we escort those people back to the main road because they're unfamiliar with the conditions. So Abraham planted a tree named eshel, meaning when we plant something, we establish civilization. And what is the civilization? The seventh well, the heavenly kingdom, is good deeds to offer people food, drinks, and to escort them for their life. The book of Zohar says that Abraham corrected after 20 generations, because Abraham was the 20th generations from Adam, and in his planting of the eshel in Sheba, in the seventh well, he corrected the sin of Adam and Eve. In what way? When people eat from the tree of knowledge, they adopt or they consume the foreign misfortune belief that things are either good or bad. When a person eats from the tree of knowledge, he has only two poles, good or bad, right or wrong, dark or light. This is a very polarized perception of reality, and it can lead to many troubles. Basically, the world cannot stand on two poles, only on three lines. And the fact that Abraham planted a tree in Sheba, eshel, meaning he established the seventh sphere, because the seventh sphere, Malchut, heavenly kingdom, Sheba, he established three lines. Food is the right line of the tree of life. Drinking, shtia, is the left line in the tree of life, and the middle line, which is escorting, lamed, levaya. So what Adam destroyed in his eating from the tree of knowledge, and he and his wife descended to this, live in the world of conflicts, of struggles, of combats. Even their two sons, one of them killed the other. This is the consequence, basically, of eating from the tree of knowledge. They have two sons, and one kills the other, until comes the third son, Shet, again. And from Shet, our humanity continues, not from the two, that they contradict each other. This is a very, very good insight. So Abraham, after 20th generation, he corrects this deed by planting a tree. And this is not just a botanical tree, it's understanding that the world is standing on three lines, on three legs, so to speak, like we have 3 times per year that people used to do pilgrimage to Jerusalem, to the temple. So next time we read this verse about the eshel, it's good to put into our mind it's not just a botanical tree, because today when we go here in the country, we point and say, this is eshel with a finger. This is the tree of eshel. But it's not a botanical tree. The letters of the word eshel symbolize the 3 lines of the tree of life: grace, judgment, and mercy in the middle. We wish you a beautiful day and wonderful week. Thank you for listening to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to hear more about a certain topic, just write us an email to hebrew@learnoutlive.com. We are always happy to hear from you. For more episodes, videos, and articles like this, please visit our website at hebrew.learnoutlive.com. We also would like to invite you to join our live classes. Just search for Online College of Biblical Hebrew on Facebook and start learning now with students from all over the world. Koltuv and Shalom.